Ilya, just what's your sense of the team coming off a tough game on Saturday?
This coming game or?
Yeah.
The one against Boston.
What's the feel of the team? That was a tough loss, good opponent. What's your sense coming in today?
Yeah, we get some couple day off. Yeah, one day off after game. I feel more energy in the locker room a little bit, and more energy on the ice. Everybody prepared for a game tomorrow, and a lot of concentrate for score. Yeah, we think 2-0, 3-0. Guys will score. Yeah, it's a nice deal for goalie confidence. Yeah, special for these guys. Yeah, but I feel good, a little bit rested. Everybody gets smile. Yeah, back to hard work.
Pierre Engvall scored a really nice goal on Saturday. What stands out about his shot? Because we talk about the other guys, but maybe not as much Pierre.
He's got a good shot. Really strong. He's a big guy. Yeah, he's skating good. If he will be more shooting to the net, he will be more scorer. Yeah. Sometimes he's wanna play creative. Yeah. Yeah, but. Yeah, he's got a good shot. He's neither using this one. Yeah. It's hard for a goalie.
That's the best shot on the team.
I said probably a couple guys. Yeah, Auston, he's a good shot for sure. If he scored 60 goals, yeah, last season, he's probably a good shot. And Rielly, he's so strong and. I don't know how to say in English, but it's pretty close to the. He sees space really good. Yeah, what is it?
Accuracy.
Yes.
What's it like for you to see the team that knocked your team out of the playoffs coming to town, Florida?
Again, I don't understand.
What's it like to see, the team that knocked your team out last year in the playoffs, Florida, coming in? What's that game like? Revenge or?
I don't know. It's hard to say.
Right.
I didn't see Florida this season.
Right.
Yeah, we'll see.
They play this afternoon. Are you going to watch that game after you're done with us?
Yes, probably. Yeah, why not?
What's it like dealing with Matthew Tkachuk? He can be an irritant around the net, try and get under the goalie's skin.
Yeah, he's sneaky, yeah. And yeah, it's really hard to play against him. He's like a mosquito, yeah. For a goalie, for a defenseman, but still he's a good player, yeah. He's a good leader for Florida. It will be interesting. I like it play with these guys who is the best players in the league. It's so interesting. New experience, yeah.
He's a big mosquito.
Yeah, he's so big, yeah.
You need bug spray, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Saturday was a proper heavyweight till two really good teams. Where does it say you guys are at?
Yeah, I mean, they're a good team. They've been having a great season. And I mean, like we talked about after the game, I think there were certain things that we did as a group that we liked a lot. Make it a tie game in the last couple of minutes. But there's areas to improve in. I think, puck management, some defensive stuff that we can improve, and obviously special teams. And so, it's a good chance to watch back a game against two good teams going at it. And so, we'll take the good and we'll move forward.
The divisional team against the Panthers, how important are divisional games? I mean, I know all 2 points are important.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, all points are important, but there is a little bit more on the line when you play a team within your division. A team like Florida had a great year last year. They're a good team again this year. So, these games are tough. We have a good division, and those matchups are important. I think we got plenty of them coming down the stretch, so it's important to put some focus on those points.
You said Saturday night, you're feeling good, but you're always looking to improve. I'm just curious, what are you focused on right now?
I mean, you're always trying to get better, offensively, defensively. As a group, we got areas that we're working on. So I think each individual in the room is constantly trying to get better.
How do those pre-practice skill sessions help you?
They're good just to get some touches. You're out there for practice, and it's high pace. You don't always get exactly what you're looking for from a personal standpoint. So I think it's a good opportunity just to get out there, really get some touches, and focus on some things that you as an individual need to work on. Just get some extra reps out of it. That's all.
How did it come together for you, like that individual stuff you're doing one-on-one with Denver before practice? Is it something he goes to, you go to him?
It's a little bit of both. We work together during the off season, so we kind of map out some stuff that we want to do during the season together, and some areas of focus. So when you get out there, you can just kind of pick up where you left off.
Was there less opportunity to do that just because you did come back from injury on the road and there wasn't a lot of one-on-one time?
Yeah,
skill set?
yeah. I think it's partly that, and partly over the course of a season, you're trying to manage your energy out there for practice. You're working hard, but you want to get some extra touches, just to feel good, get some confidence, and working some things that are directly related to your game. That's all.
What level of comfort working with Tim?
Really good. We played together plenty. He's moving well. He's a confident, skilled player, and he's been doing a great job for us.
How do you notice his game having improved in the last 6 months?
I think he's just quicker on his feet. He's moving the puck well. He's confident, and it's just about getting comfortable. As a D-man, it takes a while to get comfortable. It takes a while to get confident for some people. He's just played over 100 games, so he's doing an outstanding job for us. He's got a real bright future, but as of right now, he's been playing important minutes, doing a great job.
What's it like for you to play with so many different partners in the course of the season?
Yeah, I think you have to be ready for it. You have to be willing to adapt and play with other guys, and so D do it, and we change lines all the time, so that's just kind of part of it.
What's it like coming back from a long injury layoff and trying to get up to speed in the middle of the season?
Yeah, it takes a little bit of time, but we got a great staff here, so there's no reason for there to be too much of a lag or anything like that. So they do everything for us, and you put the time in, you come back, and then just do whatever you can to get back to where you want to be.
Is the brace a bit of an adjustment?
No.
Have you worn one before?
Yeah.
Because of the knee injury?
Yep.
So you have some.
Yep.
Thanks, Morgan. With you and Mitch, when you guys got reunited there in the third line game.
Yeah, we're obviously really comfortable playing together. A lot of time spent together. So obviously I think the move worked out. Got to be able to spark some momentum, score a goal, and try to just carry that play through the rest of the game.
Do you feel like that chemistry clicks back? Like, how confident are you, even though you haven't played a lot at 5-on-5, that it just kind of flows back considering your recent success?
Yeah, I think it's always just kind of going to be there. I think we just between myself and him, myself and Rielly, guys that we spent a lot of time together. I think that the chemistry comes back relatively quick, and I think sometimes, especially when you spend a little time apart. At the time when we were consistently playing together, I think just our games were in different places, and so now obviously I think we've been a little bit better, and so sometimes when you're apart for a little bit and come back, that can kind of give you a new look and stuff, and then spark some energy, and I thought the other night ended up working out for us.
Can something even as simple as taking 2 games off sort of rejuvenate you a little bit, because you guys were basically at 5 days a week?
I don't know if I felt super rejuvenated coming back, but it's a long season. I think you're just gonna, you really value rest and days off like we did yesterday, and having a good practice every day. And I think you just really value those days as they come along throughout the season, and make sure that you're getting what you need and make the most of it.
What do you think of Pierre's goal the other night, and how do you like that line size-wise, especially when McNann gets added to the mix?
Yeah, there's just a big, really fast, heavy line, and obviously that goal is pretty nice. You can just see how powerful and strong he is when he skates with the puck to him, which is one like that, and there's not too many guys who are going to be able to catch him. So he had a really nice shot, used the D as a screen, and it was a big goal for us as well.
In general, what do you like about how you, William, and Bunting have played together since you've been put together?
I think, like I said before, I think we just try to stay consistent and compete every single night, and realize the process that it's going to take night in, night out, and it's not going to be it's not going to, sometimes you got to wear the team down, and you got to go through the game. It's not just all going to happen right away. So I think when we realize that and we just stay committed to both sides of the puck, good things happen, and we just continue to work and compete out there and try to generate opportunities.
Have you noticed William, he's talked about being more consistent, but he's a little more locked in on the game-to-day basis this year?
Yeah, for sure. I think you're going to see that, and obviously, the way he's been playing, the numbers he's been putting up and stuff, I think you're going to see that, in himself every night. He expects a lot out of himself, and he's been working and competing, like you said, much more, I think, consistently into his standards. So it's been great to see.
Do you take pride in that when you have a line mate that you didn't play with last year and a guy who steps in with you and he's having maybe the best season of his career?
Yeah, of course. I mean, you want everybody to do well because that means the team's going to do better. So, he's elevated his game this year and has been a big part in our success throughout the season. And when we've been playing really well as a team, he's been a guy that's been at the top, that's been leading the way. So, obviously, he's a big part of this team as well, and you just want to continue to see him do that.
What's it like to battle Matthew Tkachuk?
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Obviously now, having both the brothers in the division. So, he's a competitor. He's a guy that plays hard every night. It doesn't matter, who he's going up against. He's going to be living around the net and be wreaking havoc. So, obviously he's a great player. You always got to be aware of him out of the ice. But I think he brings a lot more to the table just than scoring goals and the skill-wise thing. But he's a competitor out there as well.
Australian Open started last night. You got into tennis. Do you have a rooting interest or a guy you cheer for?
I was kind of hopping on the Kyrgios bandwagon, but I saw he dropped out today or pulled out today for injury. But I don't know. I think there's a couple guys that aren't in injury, so it'll be kind of maybe wide open. But also, I just don't see anybody beating Djokovic. He's I don't know. He's so good, and I don't know. I think anything can happen, but it'll be interesting to see. But I think the way he's been playing, it's going to be a tough guy to knock off.
What do you like about Kyrgios?
He's super polarizing, I think, but whether you like it or not, he's a blast to watch play. So whether it's doubles, singles, he's going to make it entertaining. So I guess I have mixed opinions on him and what I feel about him, but in the end, it doesn't really matter. But I just enjoy watching him play tennis. I think he's pretty interesting and a pretty polarizing guy, obviously, in the sport, but he definitely makes it entertaining when you turn on the TV and watch him. So
I think you dropped a pretty close match to William recently. Where's your tennis game at?
Obviously, I haven't been playing a whole lot throughout the season, but I've made a lot of strides since last year, so I'm pretty happy with the way it's progressing, and we'll see how it goes.
That's awesome. Away from Saturday's game in Boston.
I thought we played competitive, played hard. Obviously, we just got to stick with our game plan, not force things. Make them go for 200 feet every time.
Do you think Allmer? Did you notice he throwing the stick there on your hands?
I don't know. It was kind of hard to tell in the moment. It looked kind of back at the video, but it's probably hard for the refs to see that as well and call that. But it's hard to speak on. Game's over, so it doesn't really matter.
What was it feel like when you were back with Auston there on the third?
Yeah, it felt good. I thought we were really moving the puck well, creating a lot of chances. Being smart with our puck placement as well. So I thought we had good luck throughout that third period. Obviously, we capitalized on that one, which was important and felt good. But I think we stuck with it. We did the right things.
You got a couple of divisional games coming up this week. Do you just kind of keep an eye on the standings? Do you look at them? Do you not look at all and see where teams are?
They're in our locker room pretty much every day, so you see them, but it's not like I'd say I'm looking at home or on my phone really a whole lot. So you see them when you come to the rink and you kind of see what's going on, but it's always kind of a new face.
How unusual is it to get a chance to look at a rival who's playing this afternoon?
Yeah, they're playing this afternoon. It's good. Coaches are probably going to watch that. A lot of guys in here will probably watch it. I try to keep my mind away from hockey sometimes when I'm away from the rink, so try to keep my mind in other places just to, kind of even it out.
Not become overkill at some points if you just inundated with hockey all the time.
Yeah, I think a lot of us watch it a lot of time, regardless. But sometimes you got to take yourself away from it, take yourself away from the rink, and just be a human being like usual.
What do you think has worked well for you since you've been with John this last stretch of, I guess, almost 30 years?
Well, I think when we're going well, we're making plays. We're being smart with our puck placements in zone, and I think we're moving the puck really well east-west in zone, and not being too fancy, too crazy over the blue line, not trying to dangle or take people on one-on-one. It's, working together, working as a unit, working the puck together as a three-man group usually, or a five-man, and
then when it comes time to get to the net, we're doing that.
Do you feel like having you and Auston on separate lines has really forced kind of the opposition into some tough choices since you guys have been apart?
I don't know if that really matters a lot. I mean, I think even regardless of if we're together in our other lines with John and Will, I mean, that's still a big threat. You see what both those guys can do. So I think regardless, it's probably how a lot of teams are playing us anyways. Both lines got a lot of skill and can do a lot of things.
With you and Auston, does it feel like because you guys were so big in the past years, when you do get put together like on Saturday night, confident that it'll just come right back?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think we're confident regardless of whenever we get on the ice together that we got quick chemistry. We can do a lot of plays out there. We can make stuff happen. So, I think in that game, we didn't get put together. Is just trying to make sure we're doing everything right and trying to obviously help our team win a game.
Thank you, Mitch. Appreciate it.
Any update on Sandin and Holmberg?
One is still sick, Holmberg, and one has become sick. So that's it.
Do you guys have to take extra precautions when something's going through the room like this, or?
Try to be more conscious, of course, and we've gotten a lot better at that over the last few years. That said, once it starts, it's hard to slow it down. So, it's that time of year, and we'll have to manage it as best we can. Unfortunately, we've got some guys unable to be with our group, but we'll press on.
Nice little spark between Mitch and Auston and Michael on Saturday. Why did you, opt to go back to the way it was?
I guess I think we've had good rhythm, with it that way. It's also really good for me to know that spark is there when I feel we need it and can benefit from it. I think this look has been good for us, and the players have done well within it. So I don't think I need to overreact or make too many changes coming out of that game. But like I said, it is good to know that that works.
Will it be Jordy Ben tomorrow if Sandin can't go?
He would be the last remaining option.
What's that been like for you to juggle the defense the way you have? I mean, so many of your defensemen have played with each other so often. What's that like for you as a coach?
Well, like I said, when we started going through this, and whatever it was, November, we had a number of defensemen out that you can either look at it as, this is going to be real tough on us, or you can look at it as a great opportunity. We're going to find out more about our guys, and we're going to be able to try different things, and we'll be that much more prepared if these situations present themselves later on in the season. So that's really it. You just press on. Like the confidence that we've gained through how our team has played and pulled together at times when you've missed people, I think that just gives you confidence to just keep playing.
How do you think Murray's been doing? He's been saying he's got to work on things, but what do you think?
Yeah, I think he's still trying to find his game, whether it's the physical part of it, getting back in, and the knee being strong and all of that. I think he's passed all those tests and feels good with that, but getting back into rhythm of his play hasn't quite been there on both sides of the puck. So, we want to continue to work with him with that and be patient, at the same time.
Is there any sense on TJ's kind of outlook in terms of a timeline?
Yeah, I think when it first happened, and once we had all the information, they had told me to expect it to be about 2 weeks. So I think he's sort of trending that way, but I think he might have gotten on the ice for a little bit here today. I'm not quite sure how that went. I haven't got an update on it, but I think he's been progressing from when I bumped into him, but not feeling ready yet to get back to full participation.
I know the next game is always the most important one, but you're kind of in the midst of a slew of divisional games here. How important are the divisional games for measuring yourselves?
Well, they're very important for lots of reasons. The standings, measuring sticks and all of that. We do have a very competitive division, of course, and it's not just the Boston and Tampas of the world, but you see all the teams in our division, they're either really pushing, or at different times they've put together really good stretches of hockey and have been as good as any team in our division at different times. So there's not a lot of free nights there when you're playing within the division, for sure. The Florida team we'll be playing tomorrow is a team that President's Trophy winners last year, and they haven't found that same level this season yet. They have a lot of those same ingredients that have allowed their team to still look good on paper, looked good statistically, looked dangerous offensively. So lots of reasons for us to continue to be focused on our game and try to build off the positive things that we did the other night in Boston. Yet at the same time, I think we could still find another level to our game, even beyond what we had in Boston, because clearly that one was not quite good enough.
You're going to see Matthew Tkachuk tomorrow. Does that feel like a Simmons type game? Or a game in which he would be important to you guys?
I don't, with all respect to Wayne Simmons, I don't know that any players would have any sort of impact on a player like Tkachuk and how he plays. It's just the players like him don't get thrown off based on that. They are who they are. They're ultimate competitors, and it doesn't faze them. I know they go into games knowing that they're not going to have to fight anyone like that, so they're just going to go in and do their thing and be who they are. So we've got lots of other ways we have to be conscious of a player of that caliber, which is to make him defend, keep him away from our net, and not let him feel good about his game and all that sort of stuff. That's more my focus going into tomorrow.
How advantageous to see Florida in an afternoon game today versus a night game? You guys most of your guys have a good chance to see that this afternoon?
Yeah, we have it on in there, so you get a look at it, get maybe thinking about them a little bit earlier. But in terms of our preparation as a coaching staff, reality is most of your work is done in advance of anything that might happen, even if it was a night game tonight. So you always sort of circle back and make sure that there's nothing too dramatically different. But aside from that, I think if anything, it's just you look at it, it's not a traditional back-to-back for them. Being in proximity to Buffalo and their early start time, I think we'll have a Florida team that's certainly be ready for us tomorrow.
You like Pierre and Conf together. Also putting McMahon there adds another element of size. How do you like that?
Yeah, I like it a lot. Bobby is built some positive momentum here that got stalled a little bit with his illness, but it was nice to see him back today, and he's working his way back to full health. He's saying he's not quite where he would like to be right now, but we'll see where he's at in the morning to help us make our lineup decisions from there. But in terms of his presence and why I wanted him in that spot is I just feel with the size and the speed that he has, I think there's I think it's a good fit, and Engvall has really paired well there with Camp anytime we've had him there. I think there's a similar skill sets, and even there's a couple of times in practice that between 4'7" and 7'4" has just thrown me off a little bit. Tall left-handers.
Yes.
So it's nice to have another guy like that, and we've liked what we've seen from him.
Who starts tomorrow?
We'll find out tomorrow, or you'll find out tomorrow.
Just to be clear, it's not COVID. The two players are dealing with.
No, it's not. No, it's more flu related.
In Morgan's case, how can someone like a Timothy help him, or kind of guy? He's kind of different partners since he's been back.
Yeah, it's been, it's been a bit of a rotation there. Just most of it due with injuries and guys coming and going from the lineup. But it's something with if Sandin's going to be out. Obviously, Lilligren loses his partner as well, so it's a little bit more of a natural for those guys to kind of pair together. We were reluctant to split up the Giordano Hall and Sandin Lilligren pairings because we really liked them. Thought it was important to have that stability in the Boston game. And then, now with that changing, it allows us to look at some different things. And I think Lily's done a really good job, no matter who he's been paired with, of just playing his game. You can really see him getting very comfortable in the league and with who he is and how he needs to play. And I think that that should give Mo some confidence that way and allow him to start to settle into his game as well.
Thanks, Coach. Thank you.